Bob, this is your first video lesson, June 20th, and that is in fact not you. This is Adam Scott. This is slow motion, and I just want to put this on your CDs so you can put it on your PC and just let it run and see the spots he hits. Very good swing. So this is actually going to be your model. Let's look at your swing. Now, we'll cover a lot of stuff here, but you have to realize that your swing is essentially very good. There are more good things with your swing than there are bad things. Um, let's move this up where we can see it. Okay, so here's your shaft line. Your swing plane should be parallel to these lines. As far as your setup goes, number one, you have to be more consistent with your alignment of your toes or your feet. Use an intermediate target, climb in there, and make sure it's parallel left to the target line. So, and also, as far as the setup goes, probably a little bit more chin up and butt up higher would give you a little better. See how he's kind of bent over it a bit, his butt's up higher, his chin's up higher. Because I noticed today with your chin, you actually move it out of the way in the middle of your swing. So if it starts higher, then it saves additional movement. So first move back should be see how at this point the club should be parallel to your should overlap your hands right here. But this isn't traumatic. But if you're cleaning up stuff, think of the club going straight back, because what happens is it's actually outside the the swing plane at this point. But see, when it's outside, it should be easier to get it back on plane. But again, we're going to point up a lot of stuff, but none of this is causing any trauma. The trauma basically is your impact position. So then it goes from this position to here, which is too steep. So it's going here to here, and your hands are in a good spot here. This is good, except the traditional, the modern swing is we want the shaft pointed along the swing plane line. That's where it should be, right here, and it simplifies it. So then on the way back, now see this thing as action here. You got this elbow. There's really no bend to your right wrist. It's kind of stiff, and if anything, this is cupped. Your left wrist is cupped, and like I was mentioning, if this is cupped, the right one has to be straight. So it's in your wrist, and so you get it like this, and this is actually across the line. If you go to completion parallel to the ground, it's going to be sticking out here. Now what happens with that is you can compensate from this improper setup or alignment at the top with a good hip turn, but you don't have a good hip turn. See this? See, your hands are moving faster than your hips. But good athletes, so you get it on plane, but you have to work on it. It's off plane now, it's too steep. Now you have to lay it down. If you don't lay it down enough, you'll duck hook it. If you lay it down too much, then you'll push it. See, that's really good in here. That's really good. That's why you can whack the ball, is you make this really a significant adjustment here. But this is where the problem comes in. Here's your see, you lose your spine angle. You come in too steep, but your hips are in the way. Now it's a lift and flip. See this? At impact, see how this is where we want your club. See that right there? Again, it's not causing any major trauma, but while you're doing it, fix it. See, he's on plane. He's slightly steep at this point. See how that wrist is bent, his elbow straight down, but away from his body. But see how his hands are still in front of his chest. Okay, from there, then he's right down. It's on plane right here. And now see the hip action? So right now, his belt buckle is pointed at the ball, and his hands are about chest high, but his hips still go. And this is the impact position you want. Cheek number one, cheek number two, the double cheek thing at impact. His shoulders are slightly open, his hips are way open. That's that's where you're going wrong, and that's the number one thing to fix. And see how he chases the thing back, and see how he exits right on plane. So that's the main thing here. Now let's look at the problems that the lack of clearing the hips is causing you. Let's get this in. Now this is the crux of the matter. This is how you're going to improve your full swing and your chipping. So this is the takeaway. So that's your backswing. Let's look at this guy's backswing. This guy being Adam Scott. Okay. Now, we may not have the flexibility to get there, but we can get here. Look at this. He's got, roughly 13 degrees lean there. Call that, 5 degrees. It looks more than 5 degrees, but that's what the machine's saying. So 5 degrees. You, on the other hand, you've got maybe 1 degree here, and so you slid. See how this is actually 3 degrees away from the target. So you're sliding out, swaying outside your foot. So see how you're straight up and down, and see how. So what we'll do. Here, what I'll do is get this. And I'll print this out for you. So you have a copy. So if you look more like that at the top, here to here, huge difference. But here's the essence, and I'll try to make it shorter here, is this is where you go drastically wrong. When you come down, your hips have stopped right now, and look what happens. That's why you top it. That's why you hit it fat. See, it flips it. So you look like this, and this is accurate. This is what this is what your a follow through looks like. This is what it should look like. They all look like this. See, at some point, both arms are straight, and finally he resets, re-rotates. But he can do that because his hips are out of the way. And here's the stiff left leg that I was talking about during the lesson. And you're not there. Huge point of improvement here versus that. And the rest is easy. Let me get this up on a two for one. There. This is the essence. So I'll generate save this for you. Print it out. In the top position, we want more of these angles. And the final one is impact position. This is number one. This is the number one position that we all need to get to. See how he's cleared out, you're not.